This is Miss Betty for the Griswold Memorial Library. Please excuse my hoarseness. I must have a cold. Happy December. Today we're going to make gingerbread boys and girls. What you'll need first is some brown paper, and then you'll need some black paper, and I use purple, but you can use any color you'd like for eyes if you can't use buttons. If you're big enough to use buttons, you need buttons. You'll also need a nickel and a penny to trace around if you're going to make paper buttons. You need toilet paper tubes, or you can also use a paper towel roll and just cut it down to the size of a toilet paper roll. Just make sure that you use the nice flat end for the bottom so your gingerbread boy will stand up. You'll need a can of soup to trace around to make his head, and some crayons or markers. And then for attaching your parts, you'll need some tape, a glue stick, or you could use, if your grown-up says you can, a hot glue gun, because that, of course, glues things so much faster. You'll need a pencil to trace around. And I put some cinnamon sticks in my gingerbread girls' and boys' hands so they would smell like gingerbread. And if you use black paper to make some eyes, you'll need either a white crayon, or I used this whiteout to make dots so they look like buttons. I lost my eyes on the floor. Okay, first you'll need to take your brown paper and cut a piece that is 4 by 6 inches. That will cover your toilet paper tube. Now, I found it easier to decorate when it wasn't on the tube. So take your crayon, any color you'd like. If you happen to have white, you can have some white frosting. I used a funny green. And then, from a small piece, you'll trace around your soup can to make a circle for his or her head. And I decorated it before I glued it on. So there's some frosting around the edges, and I made a smile with a black marker and some rosy cheeks with a pink crayon. Then you can either use buttons for eyes, or some eyes that you've traced around a penny with, and make buttons out of black paper for your eyes. Then you want to make some arms and legs. So you need to make a long piece. I rounded the edges so that the hands would be rounded. It needs to be about 1¼ inches tall and about 7½ inches long. Take your piece and fold it in half. That way you'll know where the halfway point is. And like I said before, you probably want to decorate before you put them in the body. So there's how I decorated my arms and my feet. So what you'll do is you'll take your toilet paper tube and take your piece of brown paper that you've decorated and run it right around the edge of the tube. That will be your gingerbread boy's body. So you can take some tape or some glue and hitch it so it stays around the tube, just like that. So there's your gingerbread boy or girl's body. Then you'll take some scissors and on each side of the top and bottom, you'll make a slice. And then right across from it, you'll make a second slice. And at the bottom, you'll do the same thing. That way you have 4 slices. That way you can put your arms and legs in. And that's why you folded your paper in half, so you would know where the half was for in the middle of the tube. So take your legs and slide them in the bottom, just like that. That's his legs. Then turn it the other side up and put your arms in your gingerbread. Just like that. I'm gonna cut out my head. There, and I've already decorated it, so I have it all set. Now on the front, excuse me, on the front of the gingerbread boy, you'll put some glue from your glue stick. Right near the top, so you can put your head right on the body. Then you can either put your paper eyes, which my paper eyes look like this. There's my paper eye, or I have a small green button that I can use. So then you take some more glue stick And I put some right on the back of the eye. And then put the eye right on the head, which of course fell off the body. And then I put some glue. I'll show you both a button eye and a paper eye. So there's a gingerbread man with a button eye and a paper eye. So you can do either one. Then, if you're making a girl, you can put a little bow on the head for a girl gingerbread boy, a gingerbread person. A little bow for the girl. And then I took my piece of cinnamon stick and I glued it right onto the arm. The only problem is if it starts to tip over, you might have to glue the arm. See, on this one I glued the arm to the front so he would stand up. But this one I was able to have it out to the edge. So you'll take your arm and you fold a little bit over and put that cinnamon stick right in his hand. Oops, his head's falling off. Here's holding the gingerbread. Then take your buttons, either your buttons or your paper buttons, and put them on the front. And I want to cut out the button to go on. You can use any color construction paper you'd like. Green, blue, yellow. You can make some bright yellow buttons. And there goes his. You have to let it sit still while your glue dries so that the cinnamon stick will stay on. So there is your gingerbread girl. And then you can make a gingerbread boy with no bow. So there, you're all finished. Have a great December. Thanks for watching. Bye.